Welcome back, Malaysia. Grand Finals is here. IG versus Team Empire. How are we doing, Zyori?
Woo! Pumped up. It was a long wait, but it's well worth it. Oh, man. GoDz, why do you have to tease us like that? Come on.
Happens, man.
Happens to the best of us. So we can have another go here. Second time's the charm.
We'll find out, you know? Gonna build that anticipation.
All right. All right.
I need to work on my loading screen game. I'm not convinced about the Venomancer choice, but...
We have not seen much Venom this tournament, that's for sure.
Well, here we go. Let's see if we have better luck on attempt number 2. Empire versus IG, now a best of 3. Things getting late into the day here in Kuala Lumpur at the major All-Stars. And, well, a lot of money up for grabs, but more importantly, just being the champion. That's what these teams are playing for.
Absolutely. You don't get to see these two teams square off too often. We saw them in the winter bracket finals. It was an epic best of 3. It went the distance, and we're hoping for it again here. That's right, Empire versus IG, game 1. This draft begins.
Now, as you said, these two teams met, that best of 3, the best series we've had all tournament long. 3 close games. Game 3 ended a bit one-sided, but the 2 games before it, both the teams who got off to a lead ended up losing that lead and losing the game. We saw a huge comeback in game 1 from IG, and game 2, similar thing from Empire. So,
oh yeah,
really curious to see what comes out here.
If this series goes 2-0, they will be nail-biters to the bitter end. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah. It's going to be a close series, whether it's a 2-0 or a 2-1. Empire, they've had an exhausting day, but even IG, they had that downtime, but they were kind of in the back, getting a little snooze in, but, I mean, it's been a grueling tournament. No one's going to be in peak condition here. This is where you got to just dig deep and find that like little bit of inner energy.
This is where it gets interesting. So Storm Chen, them first bans for Empire. Troll Wisp banned out by IG. That opens up for a first pick Shadow Priest. Not a bad way to get things kicked off here, GoDz.
Doesn't reveal too much. It's an Empire, just classic support. IG were banning this earlier today, but now deciding the Wisp ban may be more of a priority, not wanting to get Empire get their hands on that. As for Empire, Chen first ban for a month. They've been doing this. They just refuse to verse Chen. They don't play the hero themselves. They ban it every single game.
Yep.
And that's that.
IG have a lot of options here. Axe, always a good pick against the Dazzle. They've been running a lot of the Juggernaut and Troll. Of course, Troll being banned out. They may be tempted to pick up that Jug sooner rather than later. It has been one of Burning's go-to heroes, and he's performed very well on it.
Yeah, the Jug open is likely from IG. Other options, something like a Batrider Revenge. The Axe is going to come out. All right. IG, don't waste any time. A hero we've seen really dominate some of these series. NIP showcasing how powerful this hero can be, but it's going to be in IG's hands here. Wonder if this is going to be the safe lane Axe or the off lane Axe. I feel like we've seen a lot of success, especially from the safe lane.
Yeah, that's how the NIP's been playing it, and they've been running a lot of Axe in particular, but that's one of the things about this pick that's so great. He's so flexible. You can put him in the offlane, or you can even put him in the jungle from level 1. Put him on that greedy 4 position. We've seen that work out pretty well. Earthshaker, the other popular support that's been the talk of this tournament, protecting that mid lane, whether it's a sniper or a Shadow Fiend. He's been a huge part of this event.
Yeah, and the Axe is a good reply to the Dazzle pick here as well. We'll see what IG go for with their second pick. I think likely one of the teams is going to start picking some mid laners. For now, IG pick their support Witch Doctor.
Okay.
It's where Empire may look to go for something like the Shadow Fiend or a Sniper, something mid lane, and then they can ban the heroes that counter it or ban the heroes that look to roam on it. So they're going to go Brew though.
Okay.
So a hero that would otherwise get banned out and...
Oh yeah, we've seen this hero banned out quite a bit, and certainly in the comfort zone of Empire. And another one of these picks that's pretty flexible. We've seen the Brew mid really fall off. It's almost exclusively safe lane or off lane, depending on how the draft works out. Empire keeping things open-ended.
And I think for IG, they want to wait to see what Empire pick mid, because something where kind of, I think Chuan mentioned in an interview after one of their games, you give Ferrari a 1v1 where he's got the hero advantage, he will crush mid lane. You give him a pure 1v1. You take out that ability from Empire to kind of turn that mid lane into like a 2v1 with a roaming support, or the Wisp with a 2v1, Ferrari can get shut down. But if he's in a pure 1v1, that's where he shines. So
a lot of heroes that he can play left in the pool. The Storm Spirit, nice respect band there, but the Queen of Pain, one that comes to mind. I'm sure Winter's cheering on the sidelines for a Queen of Pain pick. Yep. Could be an option. But there's that Juggernaut ban from Empire, limiting the options for Burning.
Well, for now, Bristleback banned out from the IG camp, something Empire ran to great success going back to that first game against IG. Even though they ended up losing it, that Bristleback was absolutely massive. The big heroes to me still in the pool is something like the Batrider, but either team could theoretically fit in the Batrider. If IG want to run a safe lane axe, Lua's Batrider did work in that best of 3 earlier today. Not so much a Team Empire hero. We don't really see Yoki on the Batrider. He's played all kinds of crazy heroes. He's played Sand King, Earthshaker, Rubik off lane.
Yeah.
You name it.
And the Rubik more than once. That's the crazy thing. We've seen Yoki play Rubik off lane twice, and then we saw Aloha Dance play it as a support in that last series. Very flexible for Empire. I'm more curious what they have in mind for burning here this game. I feel like I've seen him play Troll or Jug almost every single game.
Part of me is thinking this might be his axe, or IG could run dual lanes. The other hero he's played a bit of and did pretty well on was the Slark. If you feel like that's a good hero that kind of suits versing a Team Empire, maybe something IG could go for burning, but I don't think that's going to be like a 3rd pick. Maybe later on like a 4th or a 5th pick if it's still open and looking like a good hero.
Well, now Empire, they limit the support options for IG. They'll take out the Skywrath Mage, a classic counter to that Brewmaster. Not a big surprise there.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's going to be IG with first pick coming out. They ban out the Sniper into the Shadow Fiend.
Very smart.
Team Empire.
With a Sniper and a Earthshaker still in the pool, this feels like such a smart play from IG.
This hero's like Queen of Pain, but that's not really something Resolution normally goes towards, so I think more likely we see Empire. I feel like this could be a mag game. They love their Magnus. You can get like a mag off lane and then some kind of a carry that can benefit from the Empower, or even run like a Brew off lane for Yoki and get like a mag with some kind of a melee carry, like a PA or whatever it may be.
That could
Empire
work.
play really well with Magnus, but still plenty of other options.
IG have the beginning of a very scary physical core lineup draft. You've got the minus armor from the Shadow Fiend, all the physical from Axe, and of course that Death Ward from the Witch Doctor. But there's the Earthshaker, the big cow that's been the talk of this tournament. But to finish that point, Empire, they've got the Dazzle, a great hero to deal with these big minus armor physical lineups.
Yeah, and just great defensive power from Earthshaker as well as Dazzle. Empire, whoever they do decide to put in that mid lane, can have a lot of protection and also some kill setup. Even just one Fissure. You have a Queen of Pain mid 1v1 against NSF. Unlikely to see kills happen without a misplay, but someone like an Earthshaker coming in with a Fissure can kind of tip things over the scale with that bit of extra burst damage and lockdown. And IG don't really have good supports to sit behind the SF and protect him, at least not yet. The Witch Doctor, not exactly ideal.
Reserve time.
No, so who does come to mind knowing that Dazzle, Earthshaker already out of the pool, Wisp, all those classic supports? IG gonna have to do something a little bit different here.
I think Venge is always really solid, just as a support. Having the swap protection, more minus armor as well to go with the Shadow Fiend, and Axe's damage is physical, SF is physical, Witch Doctor ultimate, so Venge fits pretty nicely.
And that could leave their 5th pick pretty open, where they could decide to put Burning on the Axe, or they could put him in the off lane, depending on what Empire go for. But okay, here we go, the Phoenix, 4th pick for IG. They do things a little different.
Now, Phoenix, not a hero we've seen from any team except for the Ninjas in Pajamas this tournament, really, and not really amazing hero as far as countering any of the Empire lineup whatsoever, but just something IG maybe looking to build their lineup around. They've got decent fight around the Supernova with the cast, the Death Ward, as well as Axe, who can try to lock heroes in place to allow Phoenix to get that ultimate off. But I wonder if IG have something in mind with their last pick that can go really nicely with a Phoenix. Something like your Dream Protector, Medusa, these kind of heroes that have these big kind of lockdown spells or spells that really synergize well with the Supernova.
It's true, while IG don't have a lot of lockdown, Empire don't really have a crazy attack speed lineup either. With the Troll band out, nobody that seems particularly scary in the eyes of the Phoenix. So, feels like an okay pick here. Empire going to take their time thinking about this next pick. They'll need 2 cores with these last 2.
Well, presumably, we could see the Yoki Shaker.
That's a fair point.
I feel like this is kind of 50-50 right now. Empire maybe haven't even really decided either way, so.
Possibly. Rubik, one that comes to mind, as we talked about, if they do want to do more of a core shaker or an off-lane shaker.
And as far as good zoning supports go, the Skywrath ban came out from Empire, so that's not available if it will be an Earthshaker in the off-lane. Disrupt is still there. Silencer, one of the great counters to this Phoenix hero. Could see even like a flashback to the Silencer. He's run it as a safe lane farmer before. Could be something they can consider, but
although I don't know that he's really done that since they nerfed the Aghanims. And oh, there's the Magnus you were talking about.
They just fight so well around this. Whether it's Yoki or Resolution, they've got an amazing mag player on their team. It's been mostly silent on the Brewmaster, so it makes me think the Brew probably going safe lane with Mag in the off lane, because if you run Mag mid, then you've got no real carry. Your carry's going to go to the off lane, and you're not getting farm there, so...
Yeah, Empire, one of the few teams that really does a good job with the off-lane Magnus. It can be a little bit tricky at times. You need him to have a well-timed blink to control the game, and Yoki just seems to always find farm. Even if that first 5 minutes of the laning stage isn't so hot, he recovers so well, usually clearing out those stacks in the jungle. But boy, those final bans coming out quick. Empire taking out the Space Cow, and IG banning out the Phantom Assassin.
And the kind of like Mag PA combo I was talking about. Get a hero that can be your main carry and synergize well with the Magnus. You get the Empower onto the PA, and there's not really other good melee type heroes that can get the Empower and kind of need to go mid lane. I guess you could do the Brew mid and get a safe lane farmer if you want to do the Mag in the off lane, but possible carries are a lot more limited here. So there's some kind of old school classics if you're going to go for something like a Sven or something, but you really want something with decent attack speed as well, because we talked about taking out the Supernova. You've got 4 heroes, none of which have decent
What about a
attack speed.
Gyrocopter?
Reserve time.
Gyro's good. I like Gyrocopter. It's a silent special. Morphling for IG. There's your burning hero.
Okay, an old classic.
I like your idea of the Gyrocopter. Empire will be comfortable with it. Silent, I think, great Gyrocopter player. It doesn't benefit from the cleave, but it's still bonus damage to the Gyro, so...
Yeah.
And most importantly, great in the laning stage. If that's an Axe in the off lane, you've got the ability to fight him head on. Now, talking about the IG draft, this morph pick
10
puts
seconds
Phoenix
remaining.
possibly onto a support.
Oh!
Okay.
Resolution Medusa.
There's your carry. There's your late game. I mean, these teams played like 3 60, 70-minute games, so you may as well get the king of 70-minute games, or the queen, the Medusa.
We're going to be in it for the late game. Burning Morphling, Resolution Medusa. Yeah, this one's not ending fast. And I'm not disappointed.
I like the support Phoenix option too. This hero generally played as an off lane, but I think it was Vici Gaming in the past showcased that this hero can also be run as a support with Fenrir playing the hero pretty successfully. Gives you probably some strong dual lanes for IG. I think we see something like a Phoenix plus Axe off lane. It's been off lanes for IG all day long. They run Faith in the off lane with Luo, and I don't think that's going to change here.
Yeah, and we've seen the Magnus Medusa combo quite a bit. She's a hero that can really benefit from that Empower buff, because this opens up for her to just go pure survivability, at least early on. She could do something like a Scotty Rush, maybe grab that Yasha as a farming tool, and then in the mid game, Yoki can give her the buff, and she'll be hitting surprisingly hard in team fighting shape. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 of your grand finals, Empire versus Invictus Gaming. Let's introduce some rosters here, GoDz.
Alrighty, well, starting with the dire side, Team Empire going to be running Yoki on the off lane, on the Magnus, mid lane, Resolution playing the Medusa, Aloha Dance going to be on the support Earthshaker, Silent on his classic Brewmaster pick, and it leaves Always Wanna Fly going to be playing the support Dazzle for Team Empire.
And on the Radiant side, we've got Invictus Gaming, Burning. He'll be here on the Morphling in the safe lane. He'll be joined by Chuan on the Witch Doctor, Ferrari 430 on the Shadow Fiend mid, Faith takes the Phoenix to the off lane to join Luo on the Red Man Axe.
Immediate D-Ward, Empire scout the Axe out. Good start for them, getting the vision they needed to spot that early ward, and now IG also getting a D-Ward of their own, 1 D-Ward apiece. Man, I like this crowd, they're cheering D-Wards, this is it. Wouldn't be a grand finals without some.
It's gotta be hype. But before these bounty runes spawn, GoDz, I wanna know, who is the fan favorite here? If you're cheering for Invictus Gaming, let's hear some noise. Okay, pretty good. Now, do we have any Empire fans in the house? Whoa, okay.
A bit split, you know, I was thought maybe a bit more IG favored. You've got hometown favorite Chuan, but we've got ourselves a divided crowd.
We certainly do. So bounty runes come out, 1 apiece. Both mid laners will pick one up.
And it's early fissure block coming in off lane to help out Yoki. He's going to have the lane pulled a lot further back as a result. Going to be going up against a kind of pesky dual lane here with the Witch Doctor and Morphling.
Yep, this is great for Yoki. A lot of offlaners benefit from that block, but okay. But yeah, the Magnus in particular.
So the 2v2 lane at top lane, Phoenix and Axe against Dazzle Brewmaster. This is not going to be a fun lane for your Brewmaster. And Empire, just with the 2 heroes set up here. may run into some issues as far as securing this Brewmaster his early farm.
Yeah, Faith and Always Want to Fly going blow for blow here. Phoenix grabbing that early ring of protection makes him able to trade blows against Dazzle, who does have better attack damage as well as better starting armor. Yoki already level 2 in the off lane, so he's done pretty well for himself. Chuan does a pull through, but Yoki getting a lot of space and what's kind of turning into a 1v1 against Burning.
Yeah, they're going to bring the Earthshaker top. This is the one here for Empire, which can be very flexible. Can help mid lane, off lane, the safe lane. He needs to stay missing off the map and keep IG guessing about where he is. Nice fissure, actually, just being used to stop a creep pull, which is actually pretty important here.
So let's check in on the mid lane. Resolution versus Ferrari. Looks like Resolution off to a good start. 7-4 against the 4-1 Shadow Fiend. Ferrari's still trying to get that momentum, get the Necromastery stacks. But I like this mid lane Medusa. We'll see what build Resolution goes for. If he copies kind of like what Mushi likes to do, phase boots into an early Eye of Scotty, or if he has something else in mind.
Yeah, for the time being, it seems SF just looking to get his early souls. And once he gets souls, this lane gets a lot harder for the Medusa. We'll be maybe seeing some early pressure coming out from Aloha Dantu. He's going to see an Invis in the top lane. The fissure comes out, but it gets cancelled. Picked up by Faith as he's going to venture back towards his top lane. Still level 1. Axis completely abandoned that top lane. With Earthshaker showing up, that forced IG's movement and rotation out of that lane. If it was a 2v2, they were happy to contest it. But with the Earthshaker there, they back up, and Aloha Dance immediately says, okay, great, my job's done.
And this is one of the great things about the Axis. He's actually this flexible. Already level 3, he'll be working on those Tranquil Boots, and he can just retreat to the jungle. On the Dire side, they've already got a double stack up in the jungle at the hard camp, so Resolution will have some stacks to work with here and find some farm. The one bottleneck for IG, though, could be for Ferrari. He'll want to move into the jungle and clear out what would be stacks, but that's where Luo's farming right now. So sharing is caring, and we'll see who gets the farm priority there.
Yeah, and Resolution is starting to struggle to get last hits in this mid lane against Ferrari, who's already got plus 39 damage with the 18 souls, and all Resolution can maybe do is use the Mystic Snake for this. Top lane, Faith taking a lot of damage from Silent. This Phoenix not getting as much XP. Started off kind of as a roaming support, and as a result is kind of under-leveled here in the off lane, but IG do like to try and give him that catch-up.
Things will get a little easier for Faith now as he does put down a sentry and will hold some presence in the lane. Moves over to leech a little XP against Always Want to Fly. Uh-oh, stunned up by the Centaur. Faith will Icarus dive away, and he'll be all right.
Nice move by the Magnus. He did not get detected going into this jungle. Could catch out one, but instead he's going to swing mid. Ferrari could be in trouble. Yoki in the high ground with a skewer. He's going to go for it. Slows down Ferrari. Chuan has a cast. He's holding on for it, trying to get a bounce off of this. Great body block. Yoki wants first blood. No bounce from your cast. There's your call. Ferrari turns, fights, triple raise, gets first blood. Won't even go down. He's going for the roast deny now as well. Shadow Fiend denies himself, and first blood goes for 30's way. Does lose a lot of his souls in the process, but still well worth it.
Absolutely, getting that free trip back to the well. He's got a TP scroll already. He'll just head right back to the mid lane, and Luo zoning out Resolution pretty effectively here. He'll take over the mid lane for now, and I think this Medusa may have to back up here. It does have a couple of bottle charges, and the 4-minute runes have already been claimed. He'll just have to bottle Crow back to safety.
Oh, and Luo he can keep jungling. This little bit of burst heal and gives him some extra mana. He can stay around and keep on farming. It was almost a great move from Yoki. If he'd shown up maybe 10 seconds early, he would have found Luo at this Alpha Wolf camp and gotten first blood himself, but just slightly off with the timing, and as a result, first blood goes another way, and IG off to a great start with the SF. Outlast hitting the Medusa slightly, and with a first blood now.
So in the safe lane for the Radiant, Burning, getting a lot of space to farm away. Not really much Yoki can do to interrupt his farm. Instead, he'll look at the pull through and try and leech from Chuan. What are you thinking in the way of Morphling builds this game? Burning is tend to steered away from that Lincoln's first every game kind of Morphling that some of us are used to. What do you think the go-to opener is here in this game?
I mean, I'd probably just see some standard like Treads, Aquila, maybe get a value Yasha. Could see something like an E-Blade Rush even, if you want to try take some early fights and get kills and be aggressive. The Lincoln's, I agree, kind of has fallen off, and there's not much single target spells to actually block this game, so it doesn't really feel like a Lincoln's game by any means.
Yeah, the regeneration is really nice on the Morphling, but we've seen even Manta First as just a good farming item that can also let you get a little bit combative, give you some survivability, and get that baseline of stats going on.
It feels like just like a straight Yasha is fine, and then you can decide from there. I don't think it's like really obvious what item's going to be the best choice yet, so
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Treads Yasha, and then see whether you want your Manta style. You could go for a Skadi if you want to tank up a bit more. Could go for a straight E-Blade. I think it's one of those things which kind of will present, the item choice will present itself as the game develops, whether your team starts leading or whether you're playing from behind.
Up top, Faith, he'll find a double damage rune. He has an Icarus dive here, but always want to fly, gets stunned up. Faith makes it out. The rest of Empire on their way in. Ferrari poking his head over as well. Both sides just kind of posturing here, and they will retreat. No blood will be shed. Just some creeps that get taken out by a series of raises. I feel like IG, though, it was a rough start in that off lane, but Axe has really recovered. Luo way out farming the likes of Yoki, and already level 6. He's getting a lot of momentum in this jungle with 1,300 gold already up in the bank.
Luo's specialty, farming in the jungle. He loves his jungle heroes. Even going back to when he was playing carry, would often play heroes that would quickly rotate. Great mid block mid lane. Ferrari. He's going to just turn and fight here. The stone gate's being used as well. They need to get the body block here. Ferrari not being turned to stone, not really the most effective use of that. And Aloha Dance getting very aggressive there as he moves forward, gets hit by a raise and pushed back. Stone gaze on cooldown, and more importantly, Resolution out of mana.
Resolution still farming pretty well in the mid, getting out-farmed slightly by the Shadow Fiend. He's got 25 CS compared to the 27 of the SF. The disparity coming in that first blood, of course. Looking at Yoki on the Magnus, we're now 7 minutes in. He bumps into Luo in the jungle. He's just on brown boots. He's only found 10 last hits himself. And now Burning joins the party. He'll skewer away, but we'll have to eat that salve.
Yeah, Yoki at least getting decent XP out of this lane, so we've seen him already look to move around and help out his team where possible. For Empire, the early game just has to be even, though. They're always looking to play for that late game. They've got the Medusa, so as long as Medusa's farming, Brewmaster's going to be looking to be at a good time blink so he can be that tempo control in the mid game. Things are at least going okay for Empire. The worry's going to be when Axe gets blinks. IG could just win this game off of this Axe blink, and it's going to come up very early for Luo.
Yeah, the hero kills are all tied up 1-1, but it's IG that have about a 2,000 net worth experience lead. Pretty sizable for only 8 minutes in, and it just speaks to this. Really, it feels like a position for Axe, even though he's on the 3 that's moved into the jungle. Opened up a lot of efficiency for Faith, even though he hasn't gotten a huge amount of experience. Almost level 5, already has the Tranquil Boots up.
A lot of stacks in this dire jungle here. Looks like that may be the plan to start farming them for Yoki with the Shockwave. He's just going to throw that out and take out this big scamp, try and get his level 6, try and get his arcane boots, and from there he can look to maybe get a bit more involved with the rest of his team.
Yeah, and this is your recovery money for Yoki right here. A couple more shockwaves and he'll be able to clear this up. He is out of mana now, still doesn't have a bottle or any kind of regen.
It looks like Medusa maybe going to come and take the farm or even just bottle up the mag so he can get it, but Resolution says, okay, thanks for the easy cash.
Medusa's still pretty healthy, has that early Aquila, power treads on the way. Pretty quiet early game here, and with all these late gamers, really not too surprising. Burning, though, the net worth leader, hasn't been involved in any kills already, 60 last hits.
I mean, I wonder if you're Burning to even consider Midas. It wouldn't be a fast Midas by any means, but you know Empire playing for a super late game. Yeah. If you want to take him in the late game, you could get a Midas now. Alternatively, you go for that aggressive item and try fight around the Axe Blink Dagger.
I'm thinking it may be the aggressive item based on this Shadow Fiend build. It's going to be a mech coming out for Ferrari, so not the Yules, which tends to be that more defensive farming item. Usually if you see a mech come out, that means you want to fight. You want to group up as 5, knock down some towers, take the fight to your opposition. And to me, that says Burning wants to grab some items so he can be involved.
Oh, Resolution, double raise. He's going down, dunked by Luo. The reveal of the Axe Blink.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Great way to reveal that Blink Dagger.
That just came up so much faster than Empire were expecting as well.
Yeah. So Yoki, the recovery farm still isn't there. GoDz only 500 gold up in the bottom lane. Burning now almost level 9. Yoki is 6 at least, so now reverse polarity is online. Another tool for Empire.
And Burning is going to go into that Midas now, picks up the recipe on the courier and will bring it out to himself. I guess with the SF going for the mech, he's feeling he needs to go more towards the late game.
Okay.
With Ferrari itemizing more for the mid game. Want to secure? I mean, you know
eat my
Empire
words.
going to turtle. This game is not ending before 45 minutes.
Certainly not. Or it shouldn't at least. Silent, closing in on the Blink Dagger up top. He's got about 1,800 gold on his power treads. Maybe when that gets picked up, Empire will look to maybe find some pickoffs, start using that Primal Split. Haven't seen it quite yet. And Faith closing in on level 6 himself. closer and closer to that supernova.
Yeah, Silent, often a very kind of quiet brewmaster in the early game. Wait till he gets that Blink Dagger, focuses mostly on just his laning stage farm. Even goes for like these kind of cheap cost-effective items in the treads, which could slow down a Blink Dagger rush, but happy to do so to secure his late game.
All right. Aloha Dance lingering around in the mid lane, making sure Resolution will have some kind of backup if he gets jumped on here.
Another smoke for Luo. We'll see where he looks to go with this one. He's going to TP top, meet up with Chuan. It looks like the plan is to kill Silent before he gets his blink, although I don't think they're going to get there in time. 8 gold short, Silent should be able to buy this before the gank arrives.
Yeah, the right idea from IG, but unfortunately for them, they don't know exactly where Silent's at. They know he's close.
He better buy it soon. He's going to get, I think he's going to die and then die, and he should buy it before he dies.
Here we go, the blink initiation. He buys it back home, but he still goes down. It's another dunk for Luo, and a successful rotation towards the top lane.
Just cookie cutter axe play. It's basically being played like you'd see his Bat Rider earlier today. You get that fast blink, and then you just go from one gank to the next. You don't even have that downtime that the Bat Rider does around the lasso cooldown. 2 successive smoke ganks, one on the Dusa, one on the Brew. Unfortunately, IG think they maybe slowed down the blink timing, but he did buy it back at base before he died. So maybe this is Empire's time to catch IG by surprise with a Primal Split.
They will lose that top tier 1 tower. Last hit goes to the Radiant, but some gold going the way of IG. Burning down bottom. Is he in trouble here? Nope. He'll just be pushed back. Now the mech up on the Shadow Fiend. So while IG want to knock down some towers, it's just space creation for Burning. They can fight 4+5 because they know that Medusa doesn't want to get involved yet either.
Oh, Luo. He smells blood at the top lane. Not going to find the Dazzle, who remains hidden. Good time to start getting down some deep observer wards as well into this dire jungle. Really limit where Empire can get their farm.
Yes, sir. Although they haven't put any wards down yet.
Yeah, it looks like most of the wards back at base. Chuan's bought them, but none of those 3 heroes in the dire jungle holding on to anything right now. So Silent, trying to make his move fairly soon. Has the blink split. Doesn't want to show himself on the map for now, it seems. But top lane.
On to always want to fly. It's another easy kill for Luo. The Raze gets him into dunk territory. Nothing a Dazzle can do.
Empire just, this is a stage of the game where there's no real easy farm to get on the map. If they go top lane, which is normally the safest place to go, IG just have complete map control. They're finding kill after kill. Luo's axe just completely controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah, Resolution running out of areas to farm. Their jungle has been invaded by IG, and you look at the dire vision, they don't have much of it. They've got 1 ward in the bottom lane, and that's not exactly space created for your Medusa.
And Silent still, he spent the last 2 minutes since he's respawned just kind of staying missing off the map. He's going to go in on Burning here. Can they bring him down after this? They get the fissure off, holding onto the split for now. Burning just morphing strength, and
he's fine. He's got a replicate down as well.
Yeah.
Here's his cookie cutter play from Burning, but up top, Dazzle again. He goes back to the top lane. Feels like he's in a good position around his tier 2 tower, but they're ready and waiting. Look at these aggressive wards, a lane ward up top and one into the mid. Here they go in onto Resolution, the swoop in from the Phoenix. Morphling will find a pickoff onto the Earthshaker, but now Resolution takes a death ward to the face. Faith on his way in, but reinforcements are on the way. Burning joining this party. Silent coming in. He's got the Primal Split. The 8 comes out, and the Supernova will go off. Won't connect on much except for the Brewmaster. Faith on the run. Icarus dive away. He'll make it out. A chaotic fight, but no bloodshed. No, until now. Phoenix finished off by the Shaker.
Well, the first signs of life from Team Empire. They get 1 kill in return there, but still a very defensive-natured fight for them. And IG may be getting a bit too overconfident. They needed that kind of initiation from Luo if they wanted to go on the Medusa. If they got a call with the Death Ward, could have been a different story, but wasn't available to them.
Yep. Oh, mid lane now. Ferrari initiated on. Silent comes in. I think Empire hoping to get a lot more with that first Primal Split, though. Very, not defensive usage, but you want more than a support kill.
It was a really nice Supernova. It didn't really, it didn't put any pressure on except for the Brewmaster. He had to use his split, and then he couldn't kill the egg. There was no way the Supernova was going down, and forced Brewmaster kind of use a bad Primal Split that he didn't really want to use then.
Look at this bottom lane. Burning going into the tier 1 tower. IG with a trap set in the trees. Luo and Chuan did smoke behind Burning, and now they're hiding in the fog, hoping someone will come to this tower's defense, but I don't know that Empire will fall for it.
Yeah, Luo's just been so good on this axe. Has a force staff to go with his Blink Dagger now. Anyone who comes bottom lane could find themselves in quick peril. Zyori thinks about it, but he's staying well away. He probably knows there's a good chance there's that high ground ward kind of around the Roche pit. It's not there, but a very common ward spot where you don't want to defend this bottom tier 1 tower when you've got absolutely no control over that ward spot.
A synergy we didn't talk about, but replicating the axe actually quite useful. We'll hold that thought because in the mid lane, Silence in a lot of trouble. It's another dunk on the Brewmaster. Luo now on a dominating streak. It's 7-2. And they're not done yet. They find Yoki in the mid. They will push him back to the tier 2, and that opens up for IG to take out this tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, IG just playing so well. There are going to be a push on the top lane. It looks like Resolution with some help going to get the tier 1 tower top. Dazzle getting the last hit, Burning. Made his way up there, maybe looking for a deny, but here comes the chase. Luo goes in, no call, being used initially. 4-star, gets a Aloha dance. Wants the Earthshaker. Earthshaker needs to turn and fight, but there's your Culling Blade. Gets one, can he get a second? The TP out, no cancel, yes there is, Adaptive Strike, second Culling Blade, 2 down. Empire just getting swarmed upon here.
The only victory they find there is that tier 1 tower, but it costs them a tier 1 mid as well. IG getting out of control with this gold lead. It has to be close to 10K at this point. Once it updates following that fight, XP at a similar level.
Burning hasn't even had to do anything this game. He's just been sitting bottom lane or occasionally TPs to another lane, but he's just been pure farm mode. It's been just Luo ganking around, using the SF raises, the Phoenix and the Witch Doctor with their damage output, but I mean, Luo's been in 8 of these 9 kills and has just been kind of the backbone of this IG team here in game 1.
Yep. But that cute little synergy I wanted to talk about is replicating the axe. You get the benefit of that counter helix and you can actually cut waves with it really effectively. We saw that space creation down in the bottom lane, and I'm sure we'll continue to see it throughout this match.
Resolution just up to a casual treads Yasha. Probably see him go like a Yasha Skadi type build. As you kind of mentioned early on during the draft. With the Empower, it does allow Medusa to go for much more stats, HP-based itemization.
Yep.
And like a Skadi Manta style seems like probably like the kind of standard safe way to build this Dusa.
Definitely. Yoki on the Magnus, he's picked up his Blink Dagger. He opted to skip the Arcane Boots. Not something you see too often, but here, feeling he couldn't find enough recovery farm. Still actually hasn't leveled up the Empower, so not quite in fighting form around that Medusa. Patience, gods, patience.
I think this is the bottom tier 1 tower that IG might just let go. They know there's multiple heroes here. They saw a Shockwave. No, they're going to TP in your Morphling, and
He does have a Replicate down, though.
yeah.
May just try to bait this out.
Oh,
Create some space in the bottom while his team pressures the mid. IG playing this 4+1, the bread and butter of the Burning Morphling.
I'm making a nice little move back towards the mid lane, it looks like. Worried about this tier 2 tower where Resolution is too afraid to even try and farm here. One blink call and Axel chop his head off.
There's that replicated axe in the mid lane again, just intercepting the creep wave. Oh, and now bottom, Burning, skewered back into the team. There's an Echo Slam there, but he relocates out.
Gets the Replicate towards the mid lane. Now the turnaround, IG get through with a dive, Silent. Still is a split here. They couldn't get the Fissure into the chain stun. Just level 1 Aftershock. Didn't have the stun lockdown. The Earthshaker could not change his spells as a result. I think he needed to use Fissure before he used the Totem, but even so, I don't think there was enough damage. Mid lane, misblink call from Luo.
That hurts so much for Empire, though. They had 5 heroes in the bottom lane. They committed so much to that to kill Burning, and it was all for nothing.
And that's the kind of risky play you have to make. You can't even blame Empire for going for a kill like that. There was nothing else presenting itself on the map. They had a pretty good idea that IG were grouped up mid lane with 4 heroes while Burning farmed. And well, they just didn't have the damage needed to kill Burning. Not enough levels on the Earthshaker, not enough damage output on the rest of their team as well.
You can tell IG so confident in this game right now. They know how far ahead they are. Moving into the Dire Ancients, they clear it out. They get the Ward Vision up on the high ground, and they will start to control this Roche pit, hoping Empire may try to stack their Ancients, and they can capitalize on it. Ferrari, we haven't checked in on him in a while. He got the mech first, now has a full BKB. 10-second charge, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I think IG going to be ready to go up the pressure very soon. Always want to fly, caught out of the top river. Taken out by Luo.
Yep.
His 7th kill of the game, and Burning is complete an E-Blade. So straight E-Blade, going to be time to allow IG to probably take down a Roshan and use this to just 5-man, take all these tier 2 towers. If they can get Roche, Aegis onto Ferrari or Burning with the E-Blade, they've just got huge teamfight potential.
Brewmaster goes into the Roche pit, but Ferrari, he's got a double damage rune. A lot of time left on it. The cast completely isolating Silent. Now Luo goes back in. Silent in a lot of trouble. Yoki nearby. The fissure will break it up. There's your primal split, but not the way you want to use it. Now IG will just disengage. And Empire will not find the fight they were looking for. At least not yet. Yoki on the low ground. Blink RP ready. Trying to line it up, but IG in beautiful positioning, spread out, not giving Yoki any kind of an opening. Silent, the E-Blade's there. He almost goes down. Gray from the Dazzle. Death Ward used, but won't find the kill. Yoki blinks out as well.
They're going to completely zone Empire out, and with split on cooldown, it looks like Roshan will be going the way of Team IG. They've got RP, they've got the Echo Slam, but not really enough. Empire need every ultimate, especially the split. It's the Brewmaster ultimate, which is kind of most important for the Empire teamfight, and smart play from IG. Once the split came out, they just backed off, waited for it to expire, and then went back in.
Easy Aegis for Ferrari. He's feeling good. Chuan picked up that medallion, so Roche goes down rather quick with all that minus armor. Looking at the gold lead now, nearing 12K experience to boot. It's only 10-2 in 21 minutes, but IG unrelenting with this pressure, really limiting the areas of the map where Empire can farm.
IG just have great vision. Like, they've got wards around the Roche pit, that great value high ground ward, and the ward deep in the Empire jungle. There's been multiple sentries trying to find this ward, and it's so far eluded Team Empire, allowing Axe to keep going into that dire jungle, contest the Medusa's farm, and Miss Medusa, this isn't really getting enough right now.
Tier 2 in the mid lane, taking a lot of damage. They will opt to glyph it, but they won't be able to mount the defense. Here we go. Silent hops forward, but no primal split. Down for another 22 seconds, and they will disengage.
Trying to get some value chip damage without putting himself in harm's way, and does a decent job of that. Buys time for the split to come back up, but IG already swinging towards the bottom lane. They want more Tier 2 towers.
Maybe they want Silent as well. Primal split on the way up. Luo, Blink Dagger up, a shiny new Crimson Guard in that inventory. He'll pop forward, jumps onto Silent. Is the follow-up there? Casket, there's your Death Ward. It goes back onto Silent, an easy dunk for Luo. The monster kill streak continues.
Oh, Luo, what a game. What a time to have a game like this. Game 1 of your grand finals, and he's playing the game of his life right now in the Axe. Flawless so far from start to where we are now. He's got a Crimson Guard completed, great against the Brewmaster Primal Split, even against like the split shot of Medusa. Medusa, when you're not right-clicking hard, a lot of that damage output's going to get blocked by this Crimson Guard.
Yeah.
And again, we see IG coming in, taking the Empire Ancients and just denying much-needed farm from this Medusa.
Medusa will complete her first big core item, the Mantis style now, so some stats, and we'll see that Empower now put on her. Still not hitting particularly hard and not really that tanky either. Luo playing this game very well, as you pointed out. Hasn't died yet, but maybe more impressive, he's been involved in 10 of these 11 kills, securing the last hit on 8. That just shows how active he's been around the map.
Yeah. Almost feels like the Magnus should maybe gone back with some power earlier. Normally, like someone like Dendi will go for just the 2 points in Skewer. It feels like buffing up Resolution is going to be one of the big priorities here, so it's going to be some time before we get to that maxed out level 4 in power. They're going to have to just settle for a couple of points with their high ground defense. At this point, it looks like we're approaching a point where it's going to be all Tier 2 towers down, IG getting the second, the third Roshan, the fourth Roshan, and Empire just have to defend high ground for days. That's their only option right now.
Oh, they find always want to fly again. This poor Dazzle just keeps getting caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that monster streak into a godlike streak.
And IG just happy with the pace of this game. At some point, the big question is going to be, can they and how do they breach the Tier 3 towers? Take a lane of Rax. Not going to be ever easy against Earthshaker, Magnus, Medusa, these kind of high ground defenders. Brewmaster amazing at defending towers as well. Luo's got an Invis though, he's going in, he's going to go on. Yoki gets the call, there's your shotgun. Down goes your Magnus, and possibly a Aloha Dance in trouble as well. Ferrari thinking about going high ground here. One more right click with a raise, gets the kill. 430. Gets a double in.
Nice double kill and a great way to reveal that Blink Dagger to catch the Magnus off guard. Now Silent on the run. Negative earn is applied. They're going to keep chasing him down. He'll try to TP out. Is there a way to interrupt? Do they have the stun? No. Luo tries to force staff down, but can't find the angle for the Berserker's call. A close one, but Silent lives.
Yeah, very close. If Silent dies there, that's just... Empire can't afford to have their cores dying. If they lose a support here or there, it's one thing, but Losing too many cores who need the heroes who need items, like your Brewmaster, cannot be going down.
These dire supports are just so poor. Always want to fly in particular. 0, 5, and 1. He's got boots, a smoke, and a magic stick. That's about it. Aloha Dance at least finding some farm. He's got a soul ring, 1,800 gold. A blink dagger on the Earthshaker would be a huge tool for Empire. And maybe they could use it to start getting some momentum. They will smoke up, move through their jungle. But IG, nowhere to be found. They've already moved back and now just clearing out their own jungle.
Well, it's a 20k gold and experience lead. IG, this lead looks almost insurmountable, but we've seen crazier things throughout this tournament, and Empire smoked up, trying to see what they can find. A kill on Luo would be a dream come true. A kill on Luo, go into your Medusa, that's your comeback right there. That's how things start, but 14 kills to 2, Aegis will expire, and Empire going to lurk around in this top lane. 3 heroes hidden in the trees.
Some good luck going the way of IG. It looks like it'll be a very fast Roche respawn, maybe just about 15, 20 seconds past that initial timer. So they may be able to secure that and get themselves another Aegis sooner rather than later.
Not the hero they wanted coming top lane, though. Burning, the hardest hero to kill on the map. The one kill they can't get.
And he's got a replicate down. Always playing very safe. Silent hiding in the tree line. I don't think they go for this.
Yeah, I think it may just be time to TP out. Silent blinks further down, but I think it's just like, it doesn't feel it's safe anyway to farm on the map, so may as well spend time in the tree. Similar for your Earthshaker, very low chance he'll ever get caught out here. And Silent, well, he vacates the jungle and heads back bottom.
Well, IG, they take a cue from Empire. They'll smoke up as 4 in the mid lane with Burning in the bottom. The 4+1 continues. We'll see what they can find. Very aggressive blink forward onto Aloha Dance. The Shaker goes down. A great time to find that kill as he's close to the blink. Brew split forced out by Burning. Again, very defensive. Cyclone used on the Axe. He'll retreat to the base, but anytime you can get this ultimate on cooldown and not concede to death, that's a victory for IG.
Yeah, IG may even start poking at the high ground with the split on cooldown if they want to.
And with a glyph on cooldown as well, this could be scary for Empire. Tier 2 falls, only 1 outer tower remaining for the Dire.
Yoki doing what he can at the top lane. The split push will force an Axe TP, but almost got the blink call. Yoki battle hungered up, the 4-star chase, he has to cancel that TP, he can't do it. Luo gonna catch up, he's got the Tranquil Boots, he's got the call ready as well, it's a haze! Oh, Yoki's saved by the bell. Or is he?
Luo, Burning's here, there's your shotgun! It's a kill on the hasted Magnus.
RP use, these spell users from Empire, they're using a Brewmaster split just to save his own life, an RP to try and save his own life. It was even unsuccessful.
Blink forward onto Resolution. Luo with another Berserker's Call. They don't have the follow-up damage to bring him down, but still just limiting all this space for Resolution. Just nowhere for him to farm, but this one hard camp, and even that's not safe.
IG just playing very polished Dota right now. No mistakes, and just all around perfect execution. We'll see if it continues. They have faltered in the past. They had that big lead in Game 2 of the previous time these two teams met, but looking like things are getting harder and harder to throw as time goes on.
Roche going to be coming up rather soon here. Maybe something IG will consider. Brewmaster, he picked up the Vladimir's offering, and Silent wants a BKB next. Has the Ogre Club. Still pretty far away, and the pain train's coming, GoDz, and Silent's got a first-class ticket. He's in a lot of trouble. He'll get sent back to the well once more. 17-2. It's non-stop aggression from Invictus Gaming.
Medusa going to go into a BKB of all items. A good BKB game with the E-Blade Morphling, the SF with a lot of magic damage, Phoenix, Maledict, but still an item which is going to be purely defensive, which is kind of has to do. He's going to be entirely relying around his team for the lockdown from the Magnus, the Earthshaker, and the Empower to kind of boost up what limited damage he has.
Yoki, he's looking for his Force Staff. We still haven't seen really any big team RPs, and I think that's more of a credit to IG's positioning and movements around the map than Yoki really doing anything wrong. Doesn't seem like there's been any opportunities for a big 5-hero RP, but up top, Luo hiding in the tree line, jumps on Resolution, Burning's there, shotgun available, it's a BKB party, all 3 heroes use them. Resolution will try to TP home, Berserker's Call is there, it's a dead Dusa. Oh, it just keeps getting worse for Empire. Luo's still on the hunt, he forces a skewer back from Yoki. But they're going to cut him off. Icarus dive in. He does have a blink in a few seconds. He'll try to TP home. They can't interrupt it. Magnus lives. But Luo, 11, 0, and 3. Still an absolute monster. Now blinking into the base. Look at this
Luo's just
aggression
going
here,
mad.
guys.
He's 1v5ing. He says, I'm just unkillable, but I don't know if that's quite true here. This is a big kill if he dies. He gets full stuff out of there. Luo.
He forces out a brew split and he's still alive. Chuan healing him up with the voodoo restoration. The brew going pretty far out. Luo taking a lot of damage here. But now the Panda goes back into brew form.
online.
Meanwhile, in the base, Ferrari and Birding diving on the Dazzle. They get the kill there, relegate the rest of Empire back to the well. Medusa's still down without a buyback. Now they punish Silent. Only 2 left alive for Empire. It's IG again coming out ahead with a big team fight, 20-2. They're gonna, whoa, big dunk from the Shaker.
Kills nothing. IG put the entire Empire team on the sidelines. Higher ground being breached. This game not far from a GG call.
Absolutely not. There's just nothing Empire can do at this point. They can't control the Axe. He's out of control. 9-second BKB charge ready to go. Dusa, the lone defender. Mid lane of Barracks will go down. There's a tier 2 tower up top. That'll keep that lane of Barracks safe. IG, low on mana, will retreat. Not going to throw away a bunch of streaks here.
It feels a little like Empire may have misjudged this series coming in. They thought, okay, our last series we had all these games which went to the late game. We played more mid-game drafts and IG turtled up, forced the game to go late. Let's pick a hero which does well there. But IG say, you guys pick Medusa, we're going to take the fight to you. Yeah, we have a carry, but we're going to force our carry Morphling to rush an E-Blade, take fights, and put the pressure onto you.
Here we go. It's not going to stop there. Always want to fly. Jumped on by Luo. It's another dunk on the Dazzle. Now 0, 7, and 1 on the Shadow Priest. Roche is up. Maybe IG want to consider it before they go for another lane of Barracks.
Yeah, this Aegis will probably just be IG marching towards a second lane of Rax. Not really anything that can be done about it at that point. Birding still playing things safe. Not even willing to go full Agi on this. We'll see the
Nothing
Aegis.
that Empire can do about this Roche. It just falls so fast. And even if they could get there, I'm not sure they could do much about it at all.
No, absolutely nothing. They've just got no vision, no way to really get a good initiation off, and just no farm anywhere on the map. Resolution, I feel like his only option at this point is to just rush a Rapier as his next item. Nothing else is going to cut it this game.
And even if he wants to do that, it's going to be a long ways coming. Only 1,500 gold in the inventory, or in the savings bank for Resolution here. Meanwhile, Ferrari, he's got a full Iascati to go with his Aegis of the Immortal.
Empire just kind of out of options here. The blink on the Earthshaker is kind of underwhelming. It's just a level 1 Echo Slam and just 2 points in the passive. His Aftershock, he's not getting that full stun duration when he goes in for an Echo Slam. When he uses a totem, he's going to struggling to lock down and chain stun these heroes. You really need kind of like at least 3 points in the passive before you can start doing that. Ram with an Invis now, making him way forward and...
Oh, looking for the right angle to initiate. Cask flies around, goes into the creep wave. Not ideal. But Empire just starved in their base right now. You look at their vision, they've got 1 ward down, and it's just right outside their base.
IG will give them breathing room though. At least for now.
But IG, they're in no hurry to break the base further than they already have. They know that they're starving Empire right now, tightening that noose as they clear out their jungle and continue to farm all these lanes. See Luo starting to push the top lane in. Maybe they'll claim this tier 2 tower as their next objective. Still plenty of time left on this Aegis.
Team Empire, all they can hope for is to catch a kill on an IG overextension. It'll be huge comeback gold. When you've got 35k gold lead, if you kill one of these big streak heroes, the Axe being the biggest of them all, but be it an SF or Morphling, that's like a 4k gold swing off of 1 kill. But you're going to need a lot of that. Stand a chance. But hey, you give Medusa some of that money and suddenly you're looking at a different game.
Yep. But it does feel like IG's game to throw. Glancing at these graphs, yeah, it's about a 35,000 net worth lead. XP just about to be 40k as IG move into this tier 2 tower in the top lane. The last outer tower for Team Empire will go down to the hands of Chuan.
Yep, and looks like IG are ready to go for a second lane of Rax here. Empire gonna have to come up with something special.
IG will just move to the high ground. Burning, feeling very brave here. They dive on in. Earthshaker gets the grave, but the dunk comes through. Luo thinking about diving tier 4s, but goes back and says, no, wait. Let's go for the tier 3s. We're going to play this safe, boys. They're happy with that one kill they've got. Now they'll look towards this high ground again with Burning up there. He's got a replicate up in about 1 second. There it is. And now we see a core item up on the Phoenix. Faith, he went for the Midas, now a full Shiva's Guard.
Yeah, there's just so many IG heroes who haven't even had to do anything this game. We haven't seen Faith all game long. We haven't seen Burning. They've just been dominating so much around the Axe Shadow Fiend that Phoenix and Morph haven't even had to make much of an impact. They pushed when they need to. They've grouped up as 5, and Empire have just kind of walked to the side and said, okay, take our base.
This is the time for Empire GoDz. They smoke 3 of their heroes. They're trying to bait with Resolution. They need a huge RP here, but look at the positioning of IG. They're so far spread out. They know exactly what Empire need here, and they're just not going to give it to them.
It's one of those things, even when one team fight, you'll still have like a 30k gold lead, even if you lose a team fight, but it's a lot of money going to Medusa. Blink call. Not sure they're going to pull this one out. They get the Shiva Supernova off. Not really best place for it, but the slows are there. More blows up one. The Dazzle goes down. Resolution just forced back.
Oh, Casket. BKB used by Resolution, but he's out of mana. Down he goes. Instant buyback to try to make the hold. Still 2 in the grave. Both supports lacking buybacks now. Burning.
Empire
just heads to the bottom tower, and that's it. Game 1 goes to Invictus Gaming, 27-2. Complete domination over Team Empire.
Absolute massacre. That was just dominance from start to finish. Luo the MVP, but all around, everyone did their job, played their role, and the fact that so many heroes weren't even needed to come into play for IG really shows just how one-sided that was.
And at the beginning, it was Luo